Chapter 8 Introduction to Express Middleware. Middleware are functions that express executes in the middle after the incoming request, which then produces an output, which could either be the final output or be used by the next middleware. We can have more than one middleware and they will execute in the order they are declared. In the process, middlewares might make changes to the request and response objects. We've actually been using middleware. In index.js, when we have app.use, we are in fact applying middlewares to Express. We have, for example, declared the following middlewares, which is app.use, express static public, app.use express JSON, app.use express URL encoded, and app.use file upload. Sorry, the use function registers a middleware with our Express app. So when a browser makes a request to a page, for example, Express will execute all the use statements sequentially before handling the requests. With app.use file upload, the file upload middleware modifies the request object and adds the requested files property to it. Without the file upload middleware, uploading a file and retrieving it would be much more difficult. Custom middleware. You can even create your own middleware. For example, in index.js, add the following code to create a custom middleware. So this is our custom middleware, where there is a request and response. When there is a request, before it moves to, if everything is fine and it moves to the response, it will console log custom middleware called, and then move to the next. And then with next, we are moving to the next middleware. And then with app.use custom middleware, we are telling Express to use custom middleware for all incoming requests. For all the incoming requests, it will use the custom middleware and console log custom middleware called. Now, each time you refresh your app, the message custom middleware called will be logged in the console. Next tells the Express that middleware is done and Express should call the next middleware function. If you remove next and go to your app in the browser, the app will hang as you have not told Express to proceed on to the next middleware function. All middlewares called by app.use calls next, registering validation middleware. A good use case of using a middleware is in form validation, where we check for the validity of form field values. Without form validation, our app currently crashes if we submit an empty new post. We get an error, type error cannot read property image of null because the image property cannot be null. With a validation middleware, Express checks if data field in the fields is valid before sending the request to the server. Create the validation middleware with the code below. So with the validate middleware, what it basically does is it checks if the request has files. So it checks if the request has files, so it cannot be null, and it also checks if there is files basically in the title and the body of the post. If there is no files or there's no body or title, it will redirect the user to post/new. So with app.use post of validation middleware, we are telling the application basically to validate with validate middleware. Okay, so basically in summary, we were introduced to middleware in Express and how they add functionality to application by adding features to the request and response objects. We made use of the validation middleware to do form validation.